خلص حاحكي.
I studied literature in university. I have a BA and an MA in literature. So I've been interested in reading, and I've loved reading and literature for a very long time. And mostly it was because it allowed me to go into a world that wasn't my own, into the mind of someone and whatever they had created. It's not just about what is being said, it's about how it's being said. That's the point as well. It's not just about, okay, this person is upset. No, it's how he has expressed the fact that he's upset. You know, what sort of images he's included and why. I mean, why these images? Why is he describing the tree as black? Why not just say that my heart is bleeding, for example? Analysis allows me to read beyond just what's written on the page. It allows me to get to the meaning in a certain way, to look at words, to look at sentences and images and understand what's being said by understanding why these words have been included the way they are. Understand why the images have been included and sort of, look at the details in order to understand the big picture, in order to get to something larger. As I slowly started to understand Islam more and get into it more and become more of a Muslim, as I believe, the book for me to read, at least at first it was maybe a reference for me as a Muslim, but at the same time it's a book. And at first it's very easy to see it as more of a guideline, just a guideline, like it tells me what to do, it tells me what to believe. But slowly you begin to find, and this is like more of a general connection, you begin to find a connection that's spiritual, that's personal. You feel like Allah is talking to you, or you feel like, this situation is so similar to mine, and every time something goes wrong, the situation is there. With that specific background, I'm able to read the Quran and do two things at once. I can read it and connect with it. I can, if I'm feeling down, etc. But also, I can analyze it using modern tools of analysis. I see the Quran as literature because it includes all the elements that make something a work of literature. So it's trying to say something, but it's saying it in a way that makes it beautiful, that makes it interesting, that has elements that has imagery, like metaphors and symbols. My relationship with the Quran became a relationship of fascination and this sort of analysis and exhilaration, a relationship that's purely mental on one level, but then seeps into like the personal and the spiritual because of that, because of the meaning that comes out of it, because of how it's written. I read it as literature because that's how I think and that's how I read, but other people might read it as a book of science, as a book of politics, as a book of morals. But for me, it says all these things, but it says it in a certain way, and that's what I look at. The fact that it holds up to this analysis, the fact that I can not only understand, but I understand and I connect to it, and even the imagery is still fascinating, even though people have been reading it for so long, and smarter people have been reading it for so long, and they definitely, I know that they've gotten out of it so much more than I have. It always says something, it says something new. It says to each person, it says something personal to each person, etc. Then that in itself makes it too complex, too perfect in a way. It's beautiful on a level that nothing a person can make can be beautiful and can be complex.